change of pace.
Welcome to the Change of Pace podcast. Today, me, Sahil, and Sai are going to go over the top 20 players in the NBA as of 2025 summer. It's that time of the offseason. Nothing's really happening. Pretty bored. Summer League, like the top two guys have already been announced to be resting the remainder of Summer League. So, yeah, not much going on. It's like, what, day 16 of the free agency? I don't even know if that even counts as a day anymore, but it's been 16 days since free agency started, and Jonathan Kuminga is still a Warrior. So, what better time than to do something fun, right? So we're gonna give you the top 20 players. I don't know. We didn't really establish a criteria for what we're going off of. So I feel like
I
what we
think
just
the I think the fun part is that we all kind of made our own criteria,
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
right? But I feel like we can just start and get number one out the way because I think we all have the same number one.
Do we
Oh, you
want
have
to
to
talk
number
about
one?
like maybe what things we prioritize? I don't know,
Yeah.
just a
Okay,
little to
Sai,
go.
you go first. What did you
Please.
look at for your criteria?
I'd say I kind of value I think more than like most top 10 top lists of like the best NBA players. I feel like a lot of them just care about like numbers. I think I want to value defense a little more just because it's not shown in the numbers itself. And then I also think about versatility and just how can this player go from team situation.
Oh,
Obviously like some person might be putting up more numbers in the situation they're in right now, but if they were to switch to a different one, how would they impact winning that way? So like I think I prioritize those two things. Like obviously you guys can have different criteria, but that's the perspective I'm coming into with this.
I kind of looked at it as like well, the end goal is the championship, right? So I kind of looked at it as
Yeah.
which guys can I trust to win 16 playoff games, 4 playoff series. So, a guy like LeBron, if I was playing just a game seven tomorrow, he'd probably be in my top five guys that I'd pick. But he's not in my top five just based on this criteria. I looked at playoff impact. I looked at um, two-way play versus like offensive engine. So if you're not bringing me something on the defensive end, you got to be an offensive engine like Steph or Luca or Donovan Mitchell, something like that. Then I looked at availability. I think that we kind of talked about it before, but it is kind of hard with all the injuries and stuff. Like where does Tatum rank now? Where does Hallie rank now? But I kind of did look at last season, but also a mix of in the future. Just knowing that, like, have you been durable in the past, and can I trust you for 16 games to be playing in all those games? And then just playoff resume, like, have you won? Have you proved that you can win on the highest level in the toughest moments?
hmm, okay. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's not that deep. Like like I feel like when I think about it, it literally like I kind of just subconsciously take it all that into account. About what Sai says, he and I always disagree on this kind of stuff. I feel like he values just like a team fit more than if this guy was on his own team, would he put up an efficient 25 points a game? Like I feel like we've disagreed on like
Yeah.
2 years ago or last year, maybe we might have disagreed on like Mikal Bridges versus Zach LaVine. That's like the most classic example. Like I'm not saying you think Mikal Bridges is better than Zach LaVine, but I think at times it's definitely close. But like at times, I would say like I think Zach LaVine's better because I just think like yeah, he has proven to be like a decent, just like individual basketball player relative to McAllen. It's all like theoretical on who can
Yeah.
what team. So I'm sure there'll be instances like this. I don't know about in the top 20. Maybe like when we get to like positional rankings, it'll get more like that. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm valuing like previous seasons more because some guys like Luca and Embiid especially did not have like basically didn't count last year, right? He played like 20 games. But the year before that, he was a fucking like averaging like 33 a game. So I feel like it's unfair to just disregard his 2023-4 season. So he is in my top 20. I don't know if he's in your guys' top 20. Um, no, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I
So
mean the year before too, he played like 40 games of the regular season and
yeah, he missed
ramped up
a ton of
before the
time.
playoffs. So
Yeah,
it's just the last 2 years in totality, it's been really tough availability
yeah,
wise. And obviously he's amazing. Like he
yeah.
is a top three talent in my opinion, maybe top two.
Wow. Okay.
Legit and healthy. I think he's that dominant. But yeah, right. Like I just can't put him on this because you never know when you're getting him to
No,
play.
that's fair. Yeah. I guess that's my point. Like I'm valuing that I think more heavily. Even like Luca, like I mean, I feel like before last year Luca was consistently a top three player. After 2024, it was debatable to put him over Giannis.
Yeah.
He's not in my top three, but he's higher than I think last year showed. Like in just
Yeah.
taking last into account, Luca was not where I have him on this list. But
Fair.
next year, I feel like he will not be the garbage he was last year, especially in the playoffs, like defensively, all that stuff. So yeah, that's my take on it. But we can get it. I feel like we'll have better discussions about our rankings when we
All right.
actually the name.
So
So
do we start with number one?
yeah,
All right. We all have Jokic.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, three-time MVP, averaged a triple-double, 30 points a year, 30 points a game, like best player pretty much undisputed right now. I mean,
yeah.
Shea obviously has a case, and he's my number two,
Okay.
because of the dominance he's shown throughout this regular. I mean, he won, male athlete of the year today, like at the SPs, like has had the best regular season and playoffs in totality.
Yeah.
Um, but I think Jokic is still the better player. I think team is a big reason for the disparity in the awards and everything like that. And I think Jokic is just like a perfect seamless fit regardless of situation. Obviously defense is a limitation, but he's maybe the best offensive player ever, so I think he deserves to be up here.
All right.
Yep.
Who do you number
I don't
two?
I don't have to say anything about that, honestly. We all know he's the best player in the league. Like
Yeah,
it's pretty much that simple.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say who do you have number two? Because you said you have Shea number two, right?
I also have Shea number two. Now I feel like you have Giannis number two.
I have Giannis number two. Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Okay, why do you have Giannis number two?
I don't know. I feel like it's just another like he had a dominant play. He was fucking amazing in the playoffs. Like that, he was like their only offensive like bright spot, I guess, and he will
Yeah.
be next year too. And like defensively, Shea's excellent, but Giannis, like you can't really compare it. He's consistently like an all NBA caliber defender, whatever, one of the most versatile in the league. Um, I just think like he just doesn't have help. Like, I think he's gone underrated, like under the radar since his MVP seasons. Like I think he's gotten better,
Yeah.
especially offensively. I don't know his mid-range stats, but I feel like
It
they've
was
not
like 40% minutes this year. Like he's pretty knocked
yeah,
down.
it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like, I know you guys like understand what I'm saying. With this, I guess taking last year more heavily into account, Shea individually and like I guess team success wise had a better year in terms of like accolades, winning, whatever. But Giannis as a player, it's hard for me to like. I think he's arguably the most dominant player in the league at like fully healthy. Like, it's definitely a debate. I think him at his best is more dominant than Shea is,
Mhm.
but
I think
yeah.
Embiid is probably if you're thinking about at his best, most
No, I
dominant.
mean, playoffs, I don't know.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Um,
Giannis is,
so
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, when comparing the two, I think one thing that I did take into account is just the fact that I was really disappointed with the Dame experience when it came to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
The fact that he wasn't able to be like an off-ball player at all, really, regarding they weren't able to create like a cohesive pick and roll game or like
Yeah.
anything really incorporating the two of them. It really felt like there was a disconnect with their offensive styles, and even though it seemed like a seamless fit, so I think Giannis is like in a like his inability to play off ball to the level that he can. I think that was something I took into account.
Mm.
So that's
I
why like
also
when
think
it, yeah,
I was gonna say I also think he's kind of slipped a bit as a perimeter defender.
I
He's still
agree.
an
Yeah.
elite rim protector, but as he
That's
gets
true.
older, I think his perimeter defense, especially against quicker guards, has kind of dropped off a bit. I also had Shea in the two just because I think I really value offensive engines and guys that like can make the whole team go offensively. Because that's and then how you get stops is if you're making them take the ball out of the net, it's easier to get stops. Um,
Yeah.
and I think that Giannis does still have some holes across the board, not many. But I think Shea's the fact that he won Finals MVP, he won MVP, as you know, and we saw OKC's offense break down so many times, and it was just Shea shooting tough jumpers. And honestly, when you get to that point where I'm like, he's not missing, and like whenever he shoots, I feel like he's not gonna miss.
Yeah.
That feels like a Jokic thing to me more than it feels obviously like a Giannis thing to me.
Yeah. Like I think Shea, the fact that you can close a game with him way easier than Giannis. Like I know we had that. I think we used to have that argument with like Giannis versus I don't remember Rohan. Like we
Jokic.
talked
We've
about it.
definitely had this exact, yeah. No, we
Yeah.
talked about, I mean, I've been a big Giannis critic his entire
Right.
career. Like since
Because of his
21,
closing
I've shat on
ability.
his playoff success or his lack of playoff success. And like it's due to a lot of things like Chris Middleton getting injured in like 2022 and then 2023. It was just like kind of what even happened in 2023? Something like they
That
got
was
killed by the
they
Heat,
got
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
they got lost in the heat.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's just like kind of like I don't know. And then 2024 he's hurt. 2023 he was hurt too. I don't know. It's just unfortunate, but also like I don't know. It can't be a coincidence, right? So I've
Yeah.
definitely been critical of Giannis, but I mean, I'm just pulling up the stats just because they played the Pacers in the first round. Giannis averaged 33 and 15 and 7. Like I
Yeah.
don't know what more he could be doing. And the team, his second leading
Right.
scorer was Gary Trent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I totally get it. I totally fair to have Shea number two. But I think I just like I don't think it's on Giannis that his team is doing this badly, and
No, I don't say that
yeah.
either. But I just like it's
We
they're
we
so neck and neck. Like I
No,
just
it's
have to
fair.
give them the
Yeah,
edge at
yeah. It's
the team
totally fair.
success level.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
Sai, you have him in your three too. Like I did.
I'm
yeah,
assuming, yeah, everyone has
Yeah,
that top three. And that's like tier one for me. I kind of
yeah,
tried doing it in tiers, and like that's a clear, like there's clearly a drop off from number three to number four,
yeah. I
uh,
agree.
in my opinion.
Well,
Yeah.
so who's your number four then?
I have Luca number four.
Okay, I
same.
have I
Yeah,
have
I
Luka.
don't think there's that much of a drop off. I would have him
I
like
mean,
solidly at
take
4
considering
in a
Luca's
tier
production
one.
last year, I think
Yeah,
there's a drop off.
yeah, that's fair.
Like that's crazy to me too. Like Luca not being on the same tier as those three guys is insane, given again 2024. But yeah, I don't know. His defense was terrible. I feel like his shot never came. I don't know what he shot with the Lakers from three, but it couldn't have been more than like
No, he
30%
he
or
he
something.
wasn't making, especially when he first got there. It was
Yeah,
almost
oh
like
yeah, it was tough.
he was a bit nervous. It looked like, and he just couldn't make it.
Right.
He was having like weird like 5 for 17 type games. It was odd. I think he was never fully
He shot
healthy.
38% as a Laker.
Wait, really from three?
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, that feels so high. Okay. It's still he still played like ass. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, but he's still like the elite playmaker he was. And then him and LeBron, the fit is kind of clunky. I'm not really sure how they're gonna look this year. Maybe with Aiton as another lob threat, fully healthy, he's lost like 30 pounds. He'll be
I, I
better.
I
But
think
yeah,
people are kind of like it's. I know the West is really tough, but I do think, and the whole LeBron situation, we don't even want to get into that. But I do
yeah,
think that with a
we should
whole
actually.
offseason together,
Yeah,
with a real center, and these two guys are like some of the most high IQ basketball players we've ever seen.
yeah.
I think that they'll look a little bit better than people are. I feel like a lot of people are penciling them in for like the play-in, and I know that the top four in the West is
Mm,
like pretty set in stone, I guess, with the Clippers and stuff. We
top
can get
four,
into that
yeah,
another time. But like, I still think they're a top six team.
Yeah, I think so.
yeah.
I do think the fact that they don't have a lob threat, like that was kind of detrimental because he shot 49.3% from two, and that was really his downfall. Like he shot
Really, yeah.
44% from the
He
field
shot
as a
like
whole.
almost 70% from like the something like
The
something like that
restricted area,
in the
yeah.
restricted
Like
area
that's
in
what he used,
2024. Yeah,
and he shot like 39% from three that year too.
yeah.
So
High volume.
his efficiency just did take a dip this year that like was pretty disappointing. And then I don't think his playoff production was anything special,
The thing is,
especially for his standards.
nobody on that Lakers team could produce because I mean, JJ Redick threw one lineup out there for an entire half. That's
That's
some most
true. Yeah.
insane shit I've ever seen in
Yeah,
my
yeah.
entire life, and that'll
Yeah.
never happen again. So I think that tells you the state of what the Lakers were. I think Luka will look a lot better next year.
I also think like his defense is so abysmal that he like out of this group, in my opinion, he's still like tier one, but out of this group, that is the worst part of anyone's game, like his
Yeah.
defense being that bad.
Yeah.
So what would y'all say for five? Because now I feel like me and Rohan have probably definitely have the same five.
Oh, really? I don't have the same five as you then. I'm assuming you're putting Steph five.
I'm putting Steph five. Yeah.
I'm trying to be like unbiased here.
I have what do who do you have,
I
Ron?
have Tatum five.
I have Tatum 5 as
Okay.
well.
Okay. Wow. Interesting. I,
I'm
I
sure you would have Tatum six. Oh, no, I'm not
I
gonna
have
ask you.
Tatum. I have Tatum
Okay,
six.
okay,
I do
okay,
have
Okay,
Tatum
okay.
six.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I would okay. I guess like for the podcast, I'll put Tatum five, but I totally, if you ask me who's better between Steph and Tatum, I'm 100 times out of 100. I'm saying Steph. Like, I just think his impact is incredible. And like, Tatum lost the fucking
Yeah.
Knicks, bro. I'm not like, I'm not gonna forget about that. But
Mhm.
still, regular season was dominant. Jalen Brown had a terrible regular season. And then
Mhm.
Celtics kind of had like Kristaps was inconsistent this year, injury, AIDS, whatever. Drew Holiday took a step back this year. And the Celtics still look like I don't think anyone penciled them in for a second round loss, right? And a lot of that is because of
Yeah,
Tatum. Playmaking is up. I feel like, I mean, the injury is obviously tough, but like, I guess I'm forgetting about next year when I'm saying ranking Tatum. But yeah,
for
still an
sure.
elite defender, still an elite shot creator. And yeah, I don't know.
Hey, he's like six because I mean, he's not bad at anything. He's like an
No,
A
he's not.
minus
Yeah,
to A player across the board. I just have Steph in five because the fact that he can be an offensive engine even at his age, he
Yeah,
can be an A plus. I really value being an A plus over being an A because there's a lot of guys that have A quality skills, but not a lot of guys that have A plus quality skills. Steph, when he got some actual goddamn help with Jimmy, they had a
yeah,
22-6 record and he averaged 28 and he looked pretty much unstoppable.
yeah.
I feel like over the years, maybe this is just like recency bias, but I feel like teams are selling out even harder on Steph than I feel like I'm like that Rocket
It's
series.
easier to. It's easier to because you look at the fucking
yeah,
team around him, and it's crazy because you
for
have
sure.
Jimmy Butler too, and
Yeah,
that still doesn't seem to really make a difference. Maybe that's because of Jimmy, but also just how good Steph is, you know.
yeah.
Um,
So he's and that is a little bit of bias. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like a
yeah,
huge Steph fan.
the
But
fair
whatever.
bias
Like
to have.
yeah, I still think there's like and there's nothing like A Jokic, Shea, Giannis, or Luka game is still just not as fun as a Steph game to me.
Yeah.
And so I
That's
think
fair.
that in alone, like,
I think what another reason I had Steph lower than Tatum is just I feel like his floor this year is a lot worse than Tatum's.
Oh yeah.
Like we remember that 2 point game in Memphis. Like
Yeah.
when he looks bad at moments, he looks really bad, and just because the age, his like he's not getting to the rim as much. There's like a lot more reliability on his shot. Obvious,
that's always
Yeah.
been my problem with Steph, and just like I guess that's like a small guard thing,
right?
where it is possible to take him out the game. We have seen
Yeah,
games, important games, where he's just like can't score or he can't get to the rim or things like that. Which is why, like, I mean, I don't want to get into like all time conversations and stuff, but like a reason that like I think LeBron is better than Steph is
Oh
because
no, yeah.
you
What a
can't
hot
take
take.
you
yeah,
can't take LeBron out of the game because you will
yeah,
always feel LeBron's impact. But
yeah.
sometimes there are moments where Steph slips and you can't feel that impact.
It's literally
I
a
also
size
yeah.
thing, man. It's literally a size thing. It's
I
hard
also
for
think
Steph to
like
pull
on
those win the
ball,
rim
I
kick
just I
shots.
just feel like he's also been kind of like he's not a pick and roll creator like the same way a lot of these like creators and generators of offenses.
But
He's
he
not
can
bad at it, but he's
He's
not
he
still
can
like
one of the
have
best. I
one.
feel like his pick and roll with Draymond is one of the most effective schemes, like plays of all time, but they just don't
yeah.
run enough. And it's because they don't
Right.
have the
That's fair.
personnel around them too. They don't have shooters. Like,
Also, I
yeah,
mean, you run pick and roll with Draymond, but it's so easy to just double Steph and then he dumps out
exactly.
to Draymond, and now it's like, okay, yeah, Draymond
Yeah,
created out of a 4-on-3, but now teams are like adapt to it. Plus, if there's another fifth person on the team that's an absolute bum, now it's even easier to guard.
Yeah,
So
every time.
so like if you gave Steph a legitimate creator off the pick and off the roll, like I think that would open up things for the Warriors. That's why I
like
think.
yeah.
Uh,
It's inevitable that Steph will decline slightly over time because of age, like playing in the pick and roll or just playing on ball in general, and even just like, yeah, creating a shot. But they've also, on top of that, they have not surrounded him with good talent to make
For
the
sure.
drop less significant.
yeah.
Right. So now it looks like a steep drop. Like the first half of the season looked like a steep drop. And then after Jimmy comes, average like 28, 63% true shooting, like back to his MVP self. So
Mhm.
I mean, and since Jimmy came, there hasn't really been, I don't know if there's been like a game like the 2 point game. Like he might
Right.
have had like a 12-point game here and there. Like, I mean, I feel like a lot of these guys have, like even LeBron has had games like that this year where he barely cracked 10 points.
Yeah.
But it overall, like it looks like he's very, yeah, much more comfortable in, obviously.
Yeah, I do want to give some credit to Tatum because I felt like we talked more about stuff. But
Yeah.
when I said like my criteria is like defense, versatility, kind of can you fit? I feel like Tatum's the example of that. He is the perfect player to play on most rosters. He's a very good off-ball player, a very good on-ball player. His shot's been a lot better this year. Obviously, he's going to be out with an injury the next year, but I thought he was excellent in the regular season, like easily deserving an All NBA first team, and he's done that like 5 times. So. He definitely, I think he's like a solid number five, and he's been because of his consistency and like how good he's been as a player.
I think it is pretty cool that like I feel like Tatum gets a lot of shit in his career, but I think it's pretty cool that we just sat down and made our top 20s and we all had him in either 5 or 6. I think that says
Yeah.
a lot about how we look at Jason Tatum.
Absolutely.
For
Hey,
sure.
good for him. It's just the aura. Like that's literally what like people what he's not an A. It's dead ass. Like it's not even like a like I know this is an analysis, but isn't it like it's just I don't know, people just I feel like even now people are uncomfortable calling him like the clear number one option in the playoffs. Like I don't know. And that's crazy considering how good he is.
Well, I think it's literally just stems from the fact that he doesn't have an A plus skill. Like I don't know what we could say is his A plus skill. He just is so good at
I
everything.
feel
He's
like
not.
his finishing is pretty like him getting to the rim is quite good. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have the stats in front of me. His three
Yeah.
point shot has fallen off a cliff. He shot like 35% from three this year. I remember his rookie year, he shooting like 40 plus, like easy. Um,
Yeah.
and it's too much muscle. And it's like remember early in the year, his form was just completely different. That was weird.
Yeah. No, he had a hitch.
Yeah.
Who do you guys have at 7? I feel like I'm a little different
Why
here.
don't you go, Sal?
I have Anthony Edwards at 7, and we had a discussion
Oh,
about
okay.
Wow.
how
Oh my God. Okay.
yeah,
This is
Rohan, I remember
intense.
My
one of the podcasts we talked about. You said KD was better. I said Ant was better, and then
Yeah.
you know,
Wait,
but
that's funny. That's the second time because I
yeah.
remember
We had a pod like this last year where we
earlier
thought
days, like all three, you, Anuj, and Rudy, like were very like. If this is after the Sun series, so it's much
yeah.
easier to say he's better than KD after that. But
yeah.
you guys are like, oh yeah, easy. And then I even texted Sahil after. I was like, who do you think is better? He's like, I value defense. I'm gonna go Ant. I'm like, holy shit, no one thinks like that's just crazy. That's like the craziest overreaction ever.
Okay, well,
Um,
I will say KD's in my 8, so
wow, okay.
he is right there. The reason that I took Ant at this point is I do feel like I said my criteria is winning 16 games. Um, in the playoffs. And I feel like at this point, that I feel like I feel more comfortable if I had the exact same team on both sides. I feel more comfortable with Ant's young legs, his downhill scoring, and his perimeter defense to stick on a team and be like, okay, I think that you can be the best player and win what how many ever games. I think that the Lakers series was a big step up in my eyes because
Mhm.
the Lakers were absolutely selling out on Anthony Edwards, and he didn't have a great offensive series, but he was a much better playmaker. One of the games he had 10 assists. Like Nas, NAW, like all those guys were getting off because he was making the right reads. I think for me that I saw him take a big step there. He's
Yeah.
not an offensive engine, but he is a good two-way player. And he's pretty much always available. And I've seen him. He's been in the conference finals, so it's like I've seen him.
I'd I'd argue he is an offensive engine. I really think he's taken a leap in that regard. I mean, the assist numbers aren't going to be like the level of other offensive engines, but the down roll pressure that he's been able to create, the 3-point shot, he still is a great passer. I think he like legitimately in that OKC series, like from last year, it's such a stark difference, the level of passing. I mean, his
Yeah,
teammates weren't making much, and he wasn't not he even shot really poorly that series. But as a passer, I thought he was really like impressive. I have him like not too far, but number 7, I have Anthony Davis.
I
Maybe
also
that's
have
too.
Anthony Davis. Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Nice. Wait,
Yeah.
Sal. I
So
mean, Sal, you and I have identical outside of 2 and 3. Okay, interesting. Continue.
that's what it seems like. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Um, I just think like again, valuing the defense. I think in Dallas he's going to be unlocked as a 5. I think in the first half of the season when he was in LA, he was like the definitive best player on that team. Was really able to control like the boards. Was really assertive offensively. JJ was like finding ways to use him in the mid post and like really creating offense through him. And he was thriving in that environment. Obviously, his shot still hasn't really gone down since the bubble, so that's been an area of improvement. But when you put him at the 5, which I think, Dallas is doing, and we saw that first game as a Maverick, like just how dominant he can be on both ends of the floor. I think he is like a top 5 defender at his best, like pretty easily in the NBA. And then because of his versatility and his rim protection, and then offensively, he's just still an excellent player. And um, the injury concerns are what they are, but I think he's been somewhat healthy. Like this last year wasn't the best, but the couple years before that, he's been somewhat reliable and like all-stars both those years. So I think he's still like a very, very good player and is a guy I trust in like a number one option in a finals team for sure.
Oh, okay.
I
I
mean, like
think
we saw Tyrese Halliburton number one option in a finals
no,
team. You know what
that's
I mean? Like,
different. That's my point. Like you, to me, like to be, if you're looking at our top, like whatever 5 so far, I feel like all these guys are like create the system they're in, and that's
mhm,
where Anthony Davis is different. And like I also have
yeah,
Anthony Davis 7, but like when Sahil says stuff like in a game 7, who are you taking? I'm taking LeBron like every single time over AD,
yeah.
but it's just so hard watching their entire body of work over regular season and seeing LeBron look a little slow in the play. Like, I don't know. Just all that together makes me put Anthony Davis over him. But I just feel like it's difficult for him to be as impactful of an offensive player. And at the end of the day, offense does matter more than defense, just to make it like very clear. Like, I don't think they're even. So like
I agree.
LeBron's playmaking is so much more valuable than Anthony Davis's defense, in my opinion. That being said, he still like averages like 25 and 12 and is like an elite rim
I
protector. Like
I mean,
his
I
ability
don't
to
know. I
skate. I don't
just
know.
as an OKC fan, I just disagree with like the biggest difference because I feel like a real defense can I mean, it kind of evens out in the playoffs a little more, I guess, but like real defense can create like real problems. Then like I feel like that can prevail in a playoff situation more than big offense can, in my
I
opinion.
feel like good offense beats good defense every single time. Or like it's very I don't know, it's hard. I know that every team that's won a championship in general outside of what was it? Was it the
I'm not saying
was
Nico
it
Harrison like
Pelicans?
defense only wins championship. I'm just saying
No, it's
like
not that. It's
I
not
think it's
I know you're
very
not saying
important.
that.
Yeah.
The simplistic view of the game is that you have to put the ball in the damn basket, right? Like
Yeah.
that's offense, and that's like
That's like that's kind of what I'm saying. I'm just saying
I
like
also think
he's
LeBron's overrated still in this conversation of who would
he
you
is
have in
over I
game
mean he's not
7.
over it. I
Like
see maybe
I'm
I'll
not putting him
overrated.
top 5 personally. Like
I'm not
no.
putting
he's
no, I
old
don't
as
think
shit
he is
still.
either like
Wait,
for
wait,
real
wait,
like that.
but Sai, if I asked you tomorrow that you got to go win a game, how many guys are you picking before
You're
LeBron?
picking Tatum over Braun to win a game 7?
Like
I might
tomorrow?
not pick Tatum, but I'm picking like at
But
least
Tatum's
7.
the top 5. You're
But
picking 80 over Braun? Dead
Yeah, I
ass?
think I would.
Wow. Dude,
I'm not.
like saying AD could be the number one option on a championship team is crazy to me. I can never see that happening. I feel like
So
you need,
that's why I
Again,
have him.
number one option and best player is different. That's I'm always gonna think that. Like I even on the Lakers, he was maybe becoming more of a number one option offensively. But I
not on a
think
contending team though. Like it's
on the
a whole
Mavs,
ass
he's gonna
LeBron.
be.
Like
I think he's gonna be the second option next to Kyrie. But offensively, he's still the best player on that team. It
I think
doesn't
he's the
matter.
first option next to Kyrie. I still think he's a better offensive player than Kyrie is. Like,
I don't think so. But
I,
really?
I think
I don't.
watching the Lakers over the years and like the past 3 years of LeBron AD ball has been LeBron trying to make AD
The
the
number one
first
offense.
option,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't working. That's why I have AD at 10. Actually,
Okay. Wow. That's funny.
I have Ant at 7, then I have KD, LeBron, AD. And I still think Sai, you said
This is great.
LeBron's a bit
Okay.
overrated. I think he's a bit underrated at this point because I think the way people are talking about him as if he's some like geriatric guy who can barely use a walking stick to
That's
move.
the haters, though. Some people still think he's like the top five player in the league at the
I
same
mean,
time. You know what I mean?
he was sixth in MVP voting this year. He was all NBA
Wait,
second
that's
team.
crazy. He was six. Oh, yeah. They were like the three seed. That's why. Okay. Okay. I
He was
forgot
yeah,
about
I mean, he was pretty much cooking all season. He averaged 25, 8 and 8, which is
that.
well, yeah, he's averaged 27, 7 and 7 for his career.
Yeah.
Um I still think like it,
I think the sixth in MVP is kind of overrated though, because like
That I agree
the
with. I
games
don't know. I think
requirement.
it's kind of high.
I
Yeah.
think the only thing that
Because
you can
like
take
Luca
away from
can make
LeBron
it.
at this
Yeah.
point is like can he be available after 82 games? Can he be 100%? But then I have that same exact question for Anthony Davis.
Mm,
Which and at this point I don't know who's more durable, a 40-year-old LeBron or a 32-year-old Anthony Davis. And
that's wild.
I just trust LeBron more to if I throw him in and say, "Hey man, I need you to go win 16 playoff games." I think it'll be equally difficult for both of them. That's why they're my 9 and 10. But I would probably choose LeBron over AD.
I agree because I mean we saw even when AD went down before the Luka trade, the Lakers are good. I mean they were
Mhm.
like blowing. I don't want to go to one game, but they were like blowing out the like Knicks who would have. I don't know if they were like a two seed or three seed at that point, but they're blowing out the Knicks at home. They looked unstoppable, and like I
And
feel
LeBron
like
looked
LeBron,
really good defensively. He was
yeah,
amazing
like
defensively.
he was the best. He was literally like their second best defensive player in that starting lineup after DFS, right? And now
Yeah.
he's gonna be the best. Like that's crazy, but it might be true. He's gonna be the backbone of their defense. I think like like I have 80 above Braun. I can't put a Braun above 80, but like I think Braun's a better floor raiser even now, which is like
Yeah,
wild.
I'm not
100%.
disagreeing.
But he's also a better ceiling raiser.
I don't think so.
Really?
No.
Like
I think AD's defense is so impactful, dude. I think he can single-handedly shut down an offense. Legitimately, he's that good.
No,
Um,
I
that's
agree. I've
I
always
think
been on
if
the
I
80s
think
defense side.
Yeah, I think if we
no one
play like if
argues that.
OKC played the Mavs, like we would really struggle because of the fact that he can clog every single driving lane. Like he has the versatility to switch on any defender, stay in front of them, like shut down both parts of the pick and roll. He's legitimately one of the scariest defenders in the league. He's a very good offensive player. I think his ceiling raising defensively is perhaps the best in the league. And he can play the 4 and 5. Like that's really valuable.
Mm.
I just don't trust him and his durability enough
That's yeah, that's fair. That's
to
fair.
I
warrant
guess
it.
we're just valuing different things. I feel like this is like like a light version of that same argument I said we would have earlier. Like I feel
But we
like
have him with the same ranking, which is why I'm confused if
no,
you're
I
having
know,
that
no, I
argument.
know. It's like that's why I'm saying like I don't know. I mean, I have Tatum over Steph for like the same reason. It's hard for me to do it. Like and I would take Steph in like an
Oh,
opponent day over
you
him.
have Tatum at 5 and Steph at 6.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So do
But for
I, yeah.
the same way I have Braun at 8 and 80 at 7, it's like kind of the same logic. I feel like it might like you're saying, maybe it is easier to fit 80 in to like an already elite team. And I guess you value that more. But I think the drop off between floor raising is significantly more than the drop off between ceiling raising. I might
Mhm.
even think Braun's a better ceiling raiser. I don't know, but at worst to me, it's like not that big of a difference, even when he's 40. So I guess that's why I'm arguing for Braun, even though I do have 80 above him. Like let's not change that. I still have
I
80.
Yeah.
I also have my qualms with AD about like passing on the double team. Like he's become a little bit better, but like if you shade over to him, it still feels like he's not making as quick of reads as he should be
Hmm.
when he's like even when he has like 30 points and everything and he's cooking. It still feels like when you throw a double his way, like the process seems a little bit slower than it
I
should
think
be.
he's been a good passer on the Mavs. I think having another big next to him, I feel like has unlocked his passing game because he's a little more he's more of a I don't know, he's more of like the main center of attention as a four, which I think he prefers.
Mm,
So I think his passing is better there, but I mean, obviously, I think he's better as a five, which he
yeah.
disagrees with.
I had KD over LeBron and AD. Did you guys have that too, or where's KD for you?
No,
I have LeBron over AD. I mean KD. KD.
So you have
I have
KD at nine, Rohan.
I have KD at I have KD at 10. I have LeBron at 11.
Fucking hater, bro. Okay, wait.
Wow.
I
Um,
I'm
wait, wait,
ageist.
wait,
What can
wait,
I
wait.
say?
How do we want to do this? What? Okay, who is
Well, I
your
mean,
eight side?
Anthony Edwards.
Okay, Anthony Edwards, your eight. Sahel, you had Anthony Edwards seven. Okay, I guess I'm the ant hater. Should I
Where is
talk
he for
about
you?
why I have Anthony Edwards lower? Like, how do you? Because
Wait,
you've
wait,
already
where is
given
he?
your thing, huh?
Where is he for you? Where'd you put him?
He's 11.
He's 11.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Um, I feel like I've been very consistent about him. I have. He's not even the best at his position in my list. Like, I have someone above him
I
that's
think he's definitely the best in this
I think
position,
he's the best
personally.
in his position too.
Okay. I felt like Ant's playoffs this year was a little bit overrated to me. Outside of the playmaking, I feel like offensively he struggled. His shot was inconsistent. He had like those random first halves in the second half. I know that the splits between first half and second half were like insane. I didn't think he was that good in the Warriors series. He had like one or two good games. I thought Randall was really the problem against us and like Nasri
Yeah.
at times, but I feel like it was mostly Randall that killed us in these playoffs. Um, so yeah, I don't know. He shot like 34, 35 from three. Uh, I I don't know. I know
No,
his
I
like
don't disagree. I think his offense was a little disappointing considering his regular season, but I think he's turning himself into a really well-rounded offensive player. I think his like he does legitimately makes his teammates better, and I think he's a very positive defensive player.
I
Um,
don't think I think he's a little overrated defensively. I think he's a good defender. I still think he
yeah.
has lost.
I mean, he does. He
I
does.
think he's a really good on ball defender. I think
Yeah,
off ball
he's
is
a super
where
lengthy. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
weird because he's lengthy. Like he should be a good off ball. He just loses his man.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's the small things where I'm like you can be much better
Yeah.
off
Right.
ball. Versus on balls like you actually have to have like some general skill, some lateral quickness. I've always been on the entry too, and I think that I mean he shot 10 threes a game last
Mhm.
season. I think that's a bit excessive, and I think that when he finds that right balance, he'll be even more unstoppable. Because like there was times definitely last season where it felt like he was just putting up shots just to put them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do
Mm.
you guys have at
So
9?
I have KD at nine. Should we talk about? We talked a lot about LeBron. Should we talk about Sahil?
Yeah.
Where do
Sure.
you have KD eight, right?
I have seven. I have Ant at seven, KD at eight, Braun at nine,
Okay.
80 at 10. I mean, KD is still like, I don't know if he's as much of an offensive engine because I don't know how much he's creating for other people. But he stayed decently healthy recently, and he still was the best, most efficient jump shooter in the league last season. And if I would like, I could argue that like I would take KD to shoot my last shot over most of these guys. So like,
Yeah, for sure.
So
he
you're
kind of
eight and
checks off
nine are
every.
KD Braun instead of Brock. Then I have Braun KD. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So I mean, sorry, who did you have nine again?
I did not say that. I have Wemby 9.
Oh wow, okay.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Fuck, dude. My list is very different now. Sorry
Yeah,
Again,
about this.
it's
I'm
a thing
lower
of
on him.
valuing defense and
Oh my God.
again, his offense is a little disappointing, but I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean,
his offense is so yeah.
maybe I'm OKC pilled a little, but like the fact that this team was like very disappointing defensively, but they were able to win the finals or win the whole thing because of their defense. I really value defense uh and how it's important in the playoffs, and this is the best defender in the planet. So I think I had to have him, and especially just like the inconsistencies and like the 82 game production from KD and LeBron, and I just didn't think like their rim pressure, especially with KD's case, like he doesn't get to the basket as much anymore. His free throw numbers have dropped off, which is expected with his age, but like um I just think Wemby's defense is just that game changing, and obviously his offense has some places to improve, but there's so many positives there too. Like his three-point shot has a lot of potential. Obviously, he's like an insane rim target as a lob threat, and like um
I mean, maybe
like
it's
can shoot at the mid range. Like and he's a good passer. There's so many things to like about his game. Like I feel like I like him I really like him in the top 10. Like I have him 9.
Uh,
I think that I would, but I just like I can't have him like I have him a lot lower, and I think that I just do that because of I need to see it in the playoffs. Like to
Fair.
me, playoff resume means something, and like I can't put him in the top 10 when I like the guys I have above him have all won big time playoff games, and I've seen it with my own eyes. I believe in Wemby and everything that he's gonna bring to the table, and he's gonna be insane.
There's also the part that like I've seen KD struggle in the playoffs recently. I've seen LeBron struggle in the playoffs recently.
yeah.
You haven't seen Wemby yet, and there's like this mythicalness to him that when he's in the playoffs, he's just gonna like
It's crazy
He'll at least.
fucking glaze, bro. What the
I'm
fuck?
just thinking. I'm just
Significant
thinking.
this to him.
I don't know. It's like if I see like Wemby in the playoffs, I feel like he could drop 40 and have 8 blocks in a random
Yeah.
game because he has that potential, or maybe he'll struggle. Who knows? But the fact that he has that high end ceiling, just like crazy.
Yeah. About Wemby, I kind of agree with the playoff thing. I don't think it's as much as I think he'll perform in the playoffs. It's just easier to put. I feel like guys are more deserving because they've all above him have all gone far in the playoffs. I just think it's fair to say. But like next year, he could easily be like a top 5 player. He could be better than what Tatum was last year. Next year, I don't like that's totally
I
possible.
just
So
think he was like he had a case for All NBA first team this year, legitimately until he got hurt. So like if
yeah.
that's the case,
Mm.
I think
No,
it's
I
hard to
don't.
put him over
I
KD
think you
and
got to win
LeBron.
for all NBA first team. Like,
Yeah.
who do you
Maybe.
put him over?
Probably
It's not
Mitchell.
positionless, right?
Mitchell. I would put him
Oh,
over
was it
Mitchell.
positionless?
It
I
was
no,
positionless.
Oh,
was it?
then I mean, then that's fair
Wait,
actually.
who
But
wasn't Mitchell first team?
He was. He was.
Yeah, so I would put him over Donovan. Yeah.
So,
yeah,
Rohan, can we ask where can we say we had Wemby or
bro, this is like so fucked. I feel like can we talk? Wait, where do you have KD against I? Like 11?
I have 10. KD at
Okay,
next.
so I'm just gonna look at my list. We've talked about AD, we've talked about Braun enough. We haven't fully. I haven't said anything about KD yet. I think you guys mentioned a little bit, like jump
say
shooting.
your KD, say your KD
Defense.
spill. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I have him 9. To me, like. The Rocket situation is very interesting because I don't think he can be your only offensive engine. And I guess
Mhm.
Şengün is there, but I've been reiterating that I think you need another explosive scorer next to him. I just think it's even like 3 years ago, it was easy to just double him, and he struggled like a lot in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like that was like a major like upset. Like just the way they beat the Nets, the Celtics did, was kind of surprising. So I think he needs another guy next to him there. Obviously, like it's like he's like stupidly efficient. He shot like 56% from the field or
It's
something,
insane.
and like jump
Yeah.
shots he shoots like 6. I don't even know what he shoots, but it's like stupid. But again, at this point, it's not super easy for him to like create a shot off the dribble. A lot of them are just like one dribble pull ups. Like he's taking very difficult shots,
Yeah.
and I don't know how easy it is to pull those off in a team that's not super offensively gifted. And I just think again, no zero rim pressure at this point. He's like 37. He doesn't get to the rim at all. And yeah, defense is elite. He's a better defender than Braun.
Yep.
He's an all NBA like second team caliber defender. Like this year, he could possibly make an all
I wouldn't
defense
go
team.
that far
I
because
mean, just
all
because
all
of
defense is so deep. I don't know what it
just
is, but
because of how good the
like a
Rockets
fifth,
are, I feel like
like an
he's
all
like no
NBA
one
fifth
talks about
team,
his
I got
defense.
him.
No defense at 13.
Like fifth team,
Oh,
like
15,
number.
you said.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, no one talks about his defense. I feel like they don't talk about his defense enough because no
yeah.
one watches the Suns play. Like I watch them out of hate. Like so no one really like watches that, right? And with him being on the Rockets, who are guaranteed to be a top 3 defensive team, I feel like he'll get more recognition. Um,
Mm.
but
Yeah.
I've never thought of KD as like a as impactful of a player as like a Braun or a Steph.
Yeah,
So
I also think like another thing, he's very, he can play in a lot of different situations. Elite off ball, elite on
that's
ball.
true. Yeah.
That's another benefit. That's why I also had him over
He's a good throw
LeBron.
man. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't have him over. Again, I just don't think he's nearly as impactful as LeBron. Regardless of the defense, I don't care.
Hmm.
He can't. I don't think he can't be your offensive end. He doesn't run the offense. Like even like Book was playing point guard for a
I
lot
don't
of
always
years. He
value
was
offensive engine though. Like
I
I
feel like
just think,
I feel like I'm clearly valuing it very
I,
high.
I really do as well. I
yeah.
really do.
Because if you think about like the last like however many championships or even finals teams, like they had like systems and like they were good a lot. Like their defense was obviously good. Like they had two-way players all around, like the role
Would
players
you say the
especially.
Celtics had an offensive
Well, I
engine?
feel like they had everyone was a decent playmaker on that
No,
team.
right, but that means that they don't. Like playmaking is obviously important. I'm not
I
denying
think
that.
the
I'm just
system,
saying like
yeah,
I still think they did have it. I think Jason Tatum was their offensive engine just
yeah, and
because.
drive and kick was crazy in 2024,
for
dude.
sure. No, yeah, I agree. I just saying like he's not like a
He's not a
tier
playmaker. Like you
one.
don't
Yeah.
call him like a
Yeah.
like some elite playmaker. But I just look down the line. 24, you have Luka versus the Celtics. 23, it's obviously Jokic. 22, Steph. 21, Giannis, and like surrounded by again more playmakers and Drew Holiday, even Chris Middleton. 20, Braun. 19, Raptors are kind of like, I don't know. They hung their hat on defense. And then 2018, 17, Warriors. Like I feel like there's always some kind of like I feel like your best player. Yes, I'll say it this way. I think your best player has to be a good playmaker. Like that has to be one of the positives you talk about them. And
Mhm.
all the role players have to be very good defensively, and that's a championship formula. And that the Thunder have that. The Thunder have like Shai is a decent playmaker. I wouldn't say he's some like incredible playmaker, but he's definitely above
Yeah.
average. And you have J-Dub, right? And then every single role player is an elite defender, like all NBA fifth team defender, elite.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I think that's the way you win. Even against like with the Warriors, you surround Steph with like GP, Draymond, Loon, even Otto Porter could play
Yeah.
defense. So
That's a fair point.
that's why AD. That's why like Braun with a bunch of defenders to me would win would win more than AD with I don't know who you like I don't know if like you fucking put like some like D'Angelo Russell type offensive players around. I don't know who you put around
I
him
mean,
in
that's what they're putting
comparison.
around him right now.
Yeah, I mean yeah, in comparison to the defense you put around Braun, but that's what
Yeah.
I think the formula is in. Um I don't know why did I get on that tangent?
I think we're just
I,
comparing Katie and Braun.
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
think I think generally me and Rohan, I think we seem to value offensive
yeah.
end a little more than, and Sai, you seem to value defense a little more, which
Yeah.
obviously will change our rankings completely. So I think me and Rohan might have more. So there's someone in your top 10 that we didn't talk about, right?
My top 10.
Yeah, because
I
we've
mean, you
talked
guy
about
know him. It's Donovan Mitchell. Like I have
Oh, number 10.
over it.
Okay.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell had a super disappointing regular season. It was just weird, like shooting the ball. I don't know.
I mean, he was still first team, you know?
He
It's
was
like,
he was
yeah.
fine, dude.
Also,
Like,
I think that was because he was in Kenny Atkinson's offense. He was taking a step back, like
yeah,
Yeah,
purpose
for
to
sure.
give
yeah.
Mobley the
But he
ball
was also
more.
kind of inefficient
Yeah,
compared to his normal self. In the playoffs, like I love Donovan Mitchell in the playoffs because he just like empties the clip. And he kind of needs to. It sucks because like I mean Darius Garland was hurt,
Yeah.
obviously. And then Jared Allen's a fucking pussy. And then Evan Mobley was pretty it was okay in the play. He was decent.
good.
He shot well from three in the playoffs.
Yeah,
And like way more like he tripled his attempts and shot like 45% or something I was looking. Because Evan Mobley is in my top 20. But yeah, I think um I really like Donovan Mitchell. Maybe it's biased. I have Ant 11. So like it's definitely 50-50, but like I've seen previous performances and um it's definitely like inexcusable, I guess, that the Cavs with this much talent haven't made it past the second round versus Ant now 2 years in a row has
I
made it
mean,
to the conference
injuries.
finals. But
injuries, like,
Yeah,
who
yeah,
knows if
yeah, it's
the
unfortunate.
Wolves,
It's not.
yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't do anything. But like, he's like one of the best playoff risers in the league. I saw a stat today about it. I don't remember exactly what it was, but since like 2021, it just showed like I guess I totally forgot what exactly it said. But Steph and Donovan Mitchell were like both like top five, and Jokic was top five. But yeah, this guy consistently averages like 28 in the
I'm
playoffs.
I'm just gonna say he's never made the conference finals. Ant's made it twice in the last 2 years.
I
Um,
know.
like I think
But
there is a
when did you
reason.
expect him to?
I
the
think the
Jazz.
Jazz for
Jazz.
sure.
The
I
Jazz.
The
think
Jazz were
last
always good with
year,
regular season teams, dude. Like their
Also, I
second
mean,
best player was Rudy Gobert.
he was also pretty young with the Jazz, with that Jazz.
yeah,
Not that Ant isn't. Ant is also. I mean, I have Ant
In
over.
2020, that would have been the year. Like, where was it 2020,
I think
2021?
2021. Yeah,
2021.
yeah. That's the
Yeah, we lost to the
Suns.
Clippers. The Clippers,
The
right?
Suns made the finals, sorry.
Yeah,
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 but
yeah.
like that year, yeah.
Yeah, they won like a stupid amount of games that year.
I think
Yeah,
they were
So
close to 60. It was like 55, but it was a
yeah, it
shortened
was like,
season.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, yeah. They were like 55 and 20, something high. But
I have Don at 11 too, so he's right
oh,
up there.
great. Okay.
Yeah, the Ant Don conversation is curious. I think I just give it to Ant because he can play. He's a better defender.
He's
But
definitely
Donovan
better.
Mitchell has been like in the past couple years in terms of pull up 3-point percentage. He's been right there next to Steph,
Yeah.
behind Steph, but next to him. And yeah, like the worst version of Donovan Mitchell is the one where, like you said, he has to empty the clip and he has to do all this stuff that he doesn't really want to do, but he has to. And the last couple seasons, because of injuries to Darius Garland, he's been forced to do that.
Yeah.
Which is why they'll and you'll never win with him having to do that. Which is why, like, I bet even next season I wouldn't be surprised if Donovan Mitchell's numbers are pretty similar to this year because Evan Mobley has to take that next step for
Yeah.
them to become to go where they want to go.
Mhm.
And I think that I don't look too much into his efficiency numbers just because, like, as a guy who's used to just shooting a bunch of shots and being the first option, it is a little bit hard when your rhythm is coming different places. You don't know where exactly your shots gonna or come from, and I think it's just harder to get to maintain that efficiency when you're
Yeah.
not used to the first play being run for you, the second play being run for you. There were games this
Yeah.
year where we go 4 minutes before he take his first shot. Games like in his career before that, that would never happen.
No, yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, Sai, where'd you have Donovan Mitchell?
I have him 14, so a
13.
little bit further, but I think it's all within the same tier for sure.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I have
Um,
7 through 15 for me in the same tier actually. It was hard, like it was so hard for me to like I feel like it shouldn't be the case, but
yeah.
I don't know. If I'm really looking at like you could make an argument for a lot of these guys. Okay. Have we talked who is your Did we miss someone we haven't talked about yet? In any of your list?
Uh, I mean, my 1 through 11 have been covered.
Yeah, me
Okay,
too.
my 1 through 11 we've covered, and Donovan we just talked about. Yeah. Okay, who's your guys' number 12?
I have Tyrese Halliburton.
Me too.
Okay.
Okay. I I I was really going back and forth
All right,
between
yeah, Brunson.
Brunson and Hallie because these are
Yeah.
Bro.
my these are my
Literally,
12
I
choices.
changed it like a minute ago, but I
I
have
when
Hallie
I wrote the
over.
list, I was debating between it, but I put Hallie like from the start.
Yeah.
The reason I chose Brunson in the moment that I was writing this which was like an hour ago, was just because I feel like I've seen Hallie have just a little too many passive games where
Very
it's
fair.
kind of what we talked about with Steph, where it's like I just don't feel your impact. And with Brunson, you will always feel his impact. And usually it's good impact. I can't really recall a game where he's been like trash. And I feel like I just
Game
that's
4 against the Pacers.
All right, bro. All
yeah,
right.
yeah,
I
chill.
feel like I'm trying to remember. My bad.
But like like I
Yeah.
really value emptying the clip. I think it's very important in big games to be able to be like, I'm gonna take 20 shots, which is what Tyrese Halliburton looked like he was gonna do
Yeah.
in game seven, but whatever. Um so I just like and then we have like the durability thing and like how he's not playing and it's just like I have Brunson as well, but you guys will probably talk and I'm gonna be convinced to change it, but whatever.
You want to go first? Or you want me to go, Sai?
Yeah, I'll go real quick. I just
Here we
think
go.
like if there was a player who I think could have a higher ceiling with this the any like sort of roster, I feel like it's Hallie. I mean, we've seen it with the Pacers this year.
Mhm.
Um, this like he's an absurd playmaker. I think he's maybe the second best playmaker in the league, next to Jokic. He is efficient at every level of the court, and agreed, he doesn't have his passive games, but I feel like his high ceiling games just impact and accelerate his team. He's like a real engine that
Mhm.
fosters like his entire team that Brunson just doesn't have at the same level. Like he's so kind of focused on his himself and his scoring. And obviously he's a good passer too. I'm not going to deny that. It just feels like his decision is always score first rather than pass first. And I think Hallie has like almost Steph level gravity where he can find anyone who's open. Like just if someone else is looking the wrong direction, he can find them open, and it just like allows his teammates to feel like they're always ready for the big moments. And maybe that's more of an intangibles thing than like what's really on the basketball court, but
Yeah.
that's why it was so close. Like Hallie's number 12 for me, Brunson's number 13. It was really close, but
Um,
I had this like nod to Hallie.
That's funny. I also have the 12 and 13 as the same guys. And I was
Yeah.
also like debating it in my head before writing it down. You know, it's so funny, Sahil, that you have Brunson over him because like remember I texted on our group chat, like it sounds weird. Like I think Brunson individually is better than Halliburton. I mean the numbers like
You
blow him out of the
you
water.
also said
Yeah.
this on a podcast, I
Yeah,
think,
actually?
where you said
Okay.
that you said that if you take Hallie and you put him on the Knicks, you think the Knicks are better. And that's what I was really thinking about, and I don't think I agree with that, which is why
You
I
don't
put
okay,
Brunson.
okay, let me ask it again. So if you put Halliburton on the Knicks and you put Jalen Brunson on the Pacers and they play each other again, you think the Pacers will win?
No, I think the Knicks will
I
win.
think the Knicks will win as well.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, it's not even like it's easy to say. I mean, like, and my
No,
logically, what happened?
no, I was just gonna say I don't like that question because the Pacers are built
That's what I'm
around
saying.
Halliburton.
Listen,
Yeah.
no, but like, think about it. That's exactly my point. You can't even say that because if you look at the Knicks, you'd say, wow, this team is also built for Halliburton because every team is built for him. I just think he's that kind of a
That's my
player.
point. Like he can play on every team.
Look at the shoot. They have all shooting, and they have a lob threat if they decide to go big with Mitchell at the five. Like
I,
this every. I
I,
feel like he can elevate any team with his playmaking and his pace, and I don't think Jalen Brunson does. Like I don't. I think a big flaw in the Knicks is the way they play Jalen Brunson. Like
Yeah.
is the
Mhm.
fact that he pounds the shit out of the ball and doesn't get half these. Like they don't have a fucking offense. Like that's why they lost.
Right.
yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I don't know. I just feel like
Like he
I feel
averages
like with the
30,
Knicks,
Brunson does. That's why it's easy to put him above, but like it's so hard for you to put someone averaging like that many points in the playoffs under someone who averages like
Yeah.
17. But like
yeah.
I can't believe I'm doing it, but like
It
after
just feels
witnessing
like
those playoffs, man.
it just feels like the Knicks, especially with Tibbs' offense, can just get like bogged down, and maybe that is a Brunson thing more than like in his play style. But
Yeah.
scoring for them feels more important than like creating at times, and it feels like Brunson and his ability to like make something out of nothing damn near every play when he's like 6'1" and should be able to
But like,
score.
why should that team have to resort to nothing when they're so skilled offensively on
Yeah.
every
Yeah,
it just feels like it
I
shouldn't
feel like
have to
that's
be that
more
way.
on to me that's more of a Tibbs thing than a Brunson thing.
Maybe.
And we'll see if
But
that
like,
changes with Mike Brown.
But I feel like if Hallie was under Tibbs at the same time, I don't think he's just
yeah,
a
that's my
different
point.
player.
Like, I think it's easy. Like maybe I'm wrong, but like I feel like when you see the way Halliburton plays, the coach will conform to what he is doing.
Yeah.
Versus with
Yeah.
Brunson, he's a very like I guess
He
maybe it's
play
a casual
he's
thing to say, but he's a
yeah,
very individual basketball player. Like you don't think of him as a playmaker. Like you don't know his style for playmaking.
Yeah.
Like Hallie's a pass first guy. It's just easier to put like pieces around him because when you take those guys out from those teams and you actually look at them, what is this like amazing fit you're talking about for Halliburton? It's just a bunch of role players. They have Pascal
and I
Siakam,
think
obviously.
legitimate if you're
Like,
looking at the roster, the Knicks fit as
and it's the
seamlessly
same fit. They're like
with
practically
the
the same
yeah,
I,
team.
I I think that the Pacers buying with Carlisle into playing with pace is exactly what helps Halliburton. Like I think
for
that
sure.
that like
Yeah.
that, but I mean that is also like I see what you're saying. That's also like part of his mindset. Like the kick ahead pass is like a huge part of his game. That like Brunson is always dribbling the ball up. So I see like I don't know.
They're like, and I'm not saying like Hallie's still elite in the half court. Like I feel like we don't want to deny that either. I mean, when you're coming down to a situation where like Hallie create for me or Brunson create for me, it's definitely Brunson's the easy choice
Yeah,
there. But I think in a 48-minute totality, it's just like Hallie allows his teammates to be better than Brunson does. And I
Yeah.
feel like it's a Steph effect, very similar to that
oh
regard. Like,
yeah, 100%. I can't
like
even say that like I feel like in these conversations you would say, oh, Jalen Brunson's the better floor raiser and Halliburton's the better ceiling raiser. I don't even know if that's true, honestly. Like
right.
just like honestly, like my opinion, Hallie might be both. Just because of like the effect he has on these shooters around him, like
And
Aaron
also,
Smith,
we
bro.
can't
Like, have you
deny like,
seen the
yeah.
season this guy's having because of Halliburton? You saw Buddy Hield before he left, like got traded. The season he was having last year. I don't know. I just feel like it's he like Brunson's not getting the most out of these guys. Like
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns put up like stupid numbers like to Halliburton to me. Instead, he's like
I
it's
mean, he's
difficult
also
for him
putting
to even
numbers
get
against
shots.
the
Huh?
Brunson. He's also
But
putting numbers next to Brunson.
Oh yeah,
I don't like he's been
I don't
great.
know. I feel like it's just like I feel like they don't go to him enough. Especially in
Yeah.
the playoffs. I don't know.
yeah. Definitely not one hill that I'm gonna die on because I genuinely don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my 14 was Wemby.
My 14
Okay.
was also Wemby.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
I had Donovan Mitchell here.
Okay.
Okay, so we've gone through all our 14 now,
Yeah.
actually.
I'm just
Yeah.
confused. Like, why is Brunson worse than Mitchell to you guys? I think he's better.
Oh, yeah, Mitchell 14. Sorry.
Yeah. Because
I
I
Mm,
don't
think he's
know.
as much of a playoff riser while being a better passer. I think
I
he's
don't know if he's a better passer.
I think he is.
You
Brunson's a
don't
better
know
passer.
why.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know.
I mean, I'm not Mitchell's a good passer too for sure. I just think
Mitchell's
Brunson's
played point guard and he's been successful at it too with the Jazz.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I don't know. I honestly haven't really thought it's weird. I haven't thought about Donovan versus Brunson head to head. I always think about
because they're
Ant.
different positions.
I
Yeah.
think of no, I think of, not even positions. I just don't think I just think of Ant versus Brunson. I think
But they're
Ant
so
is
much more similar,
definitively
Brunson and
better.
Mitchell.
Who what happened?
I feel like Brunson and Mitchell are so much more similar, especially in the playoffs. Like they become both of those like offensive engines.
I think Donovan is a much better off-ball scorer. That I think to me
Yeah.
that kind of levels it out in terms of how much he can like play off Darius Garland. If you put Darius Garland next to Jalen Brunson, it's a very clunky fit. But you put like Donovan is a two to me more.
Hmm.
Some people try to put him into a one,
Okay. That's
but
a fair
he
point.
can play the 1-2. I think Brunson can just play the one, and that's why like I kind of put him at 11. But like it's Don Brunson Hallie to me, and then
To me,
Wemby.
it's like I have all. I even had Ant. I have Don, Ant, Hallie, Brunson, and to me, they're all very close. I don't. You guys have Ant with like above. I don't know. I think he's in the
Yeah.
It's
But
interesting
they're all
because
the same range.
same tier for sure.
we all have the same four top
14.
14 though, which
I
Yeah.
bet we have number 15 pretty similar, right?
Oh, I want to hear this. Go.
I have
I'm
Book.
scared.
Oh, I do
Oh,
not have Book.
No?
I, I have Kawhi. I have
I have
Book.
Kawhi as
Uh,
well. Yeah.
I have Kawhi one spot lower, so it's very close.
Okay.
But
Okay,
I
where
have
do you
Book
guys have Book then?
17. I have Book 17.
I have Book 16.
Okay.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's
okay.
really
Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
similar area.
Um, Kawhi, I feel like he was also a little overrated in the playoffs. Against he had like that one game where
That
he
game was so
like
insane
just
though.
didn't like he has
Yeah.
those games where he misses like
Yeah.
3 shots or 4 shots the whole game and mid range looks unstoppable. But I thought he was pretty forgettable for the rest of the playoffs
That's fair.
and or the rest of the series, I guess. Even though I feel like the Clippers really should have, like, if it weren't for that like Aaron Gordon crazy shit, like the Clippers could
Game
have
one
won.
too, like Russ
Yeah.
hit a crazy shot. Like there's so
Yeah,
much going
yeah.
on.
Yeah, Russ shot like 40% from three. Like Jokic
Yeah,
didn't have a good series against the
yeah.
Clippers. So they should have had a shot. Um, but it feels disrespectful to have Kawhi lower than this to me. Like I mean, when the Clippers had a stretch this year, I don't remember like their record, but it was like really, really good. And Kawhi was putting up like his normal like 26 on like 50, 40, 90, or like 55, 40, 85 or something like that. And then at that point you put him in like the KD conversations, right? Like I feel like every single year it's like they'll have a stretch like that. But this was the first year in like years. Like last year it was terrible. Like he in the playoffs they actually lost the game, all the games that he played. Um, Previous year I don't even what 2023 did he lost in the first round. They lost to the Suns because he got
Yeah.
in the first game they won and then he got hurt. 22 didn't play and then 21 got hurt after that crazy series. So it's hard for me to put him above, but when he does play, like it's all always availability with him because when he does play, like he plays at like a top five player level. He looks better than Tatum at his best, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I I kind of similar stuff with Kawhi. Like I just feel like he's like in terms of the Tatum thing where we talk about like A-level skills, he also has a bunch of like A minus across the board kind of things, which is why he's 15 and Tatum's 6 to
I
me.
think
I
he's an
think
A
it's
plus
different with him,
shooter. I think
man.
it's an
No,
A plus
like
shooter.
Kawhi, like dude, when he's on, like even when Tatum's
Yeah.
on, Kawhi at his best,
He's
like that's why
above
him
him.
Like
versus KD is a real conversation.
like legitimately, I think that playoff game is like a top three game of the playoffs. Like he
Yeah.
was that insane.
He was
He
insane. He was
has those a lot, like in the playoffs,
Yeah.
like he's incredibly efficient sometimes, but sometimes, like, and then he
Oh,
just like doesn't play
I'm kind of questioning this Booker at 15 though, because I kind of like
too
he was
high.
pretty bad. Yeah, I thought he
Yeah,
was pretty bad this regular season compared to his regular standards, but like all the previous years before, the
yeah, still
just
Devin
showed me I
Booker.
felt like this was just a bad year for him. And maybe it was some injury thing we didn't know about, but I also think like the point guard responsibilities being on him, the fact that this team was just not a competent like offense or defense. There's just a lot that wasn't going his way, so I felt like there was a lot of burden on him to be like a super initiator. And it was the case last year too, but I felt like this year especially he really struggled. Um, but it's like Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Jalen Brunson, all very similar kind of players to me. So I always had them in like a similar tier. That's why I kind of just put them together. 1-0. And Booker was in the worst end of that.
I think I mean honestly, yeah. I don't know. Booker got high. I mean, he earned a lot from me in Paris, just like being
Mm.
a connector guy. I think that like that's made me see a lot.
Defense is good too. Yeah.
Um, but I still have questions about like whether he can be a full offensive engine. You know, like I
Right.
think he's not as good of a passer as Donovan Mitchell or Brunson, um,
Yeah.
and I think that that's why he's a little bit lower to me. I feel like he's gonna have a bounce back season, but the Suns are in just such a shitty scenario that it's like, does it even matter?
Yeah.
No. They surrounded him with like decent young, like okay young talent, I guess. Like a few defenders, like could be a feisty 12 seed. And then yeah, for if we're talking about Booker right now, yeah, before this season, like he was I was even arguing with I don't think I was arguing with you. I think we agreed actually. Like he was more crucial in some games than Kevin Durant was for the Suns, like being their primary playmaker too. And like 23, having those like 40-point games against the Nuggets, super impressive. Like it's still Devin Booker, but yeah, he had a really, really weird like the Sun just had a weird year, but he was like very inefficient. He looked like really, really bad. Um, this year, so I had to kind of drop him. Like I remember him versus Don was like a real conversation like for years before.
Yeah.
I feel like this year. So
So
yeah, I have
I
him
think we
7.
have wait, who do you have 17? Who's your 16?
I have
Because
Evan
otherwise
Mobley
we
16.
okay. Wow, see, really, that's crazy.
Wait,
Yeah,
who'd you say you have at
I had
16?
Evan Mobley 16. I guess the
Wow.
defense now I'm suddenly
I
valuing.
have 17. I have him at 17. So
Oh,
I
okay.
think we have the same top 17, Rohan.
Dude, we know ball. What can I say?
Wow.
But you
I
didn't
think
have him in the top 20, which is so crazy to me.
Oh,
I
what you
don't
don't? Oh, I didn't hear that. Oh
no,
shit, really?
I
It
don't
was before you came on.
this
Oh, okay,
this
damn,
is
okay.
crazy because I'm the Cavs fan here. And
Yeah, I know. That's I'm like, what?
I think to me, I just have a lot still have a lot of questions about his offensive game. And I feel like I value first options a lot more, which is why I have Cade and I have Paolo next after Kawhi and Booker, is because
Okay,
I
interesting.
I think that having that attention of a first option really is difficult to contend with. Versus Mobley, like arguably his third option at times. They're trying to get him to be first. These other guys have no problem being the
Yeah.
first one. Like they already are, and
Yeah.
he's taking a lot of time to come to the game. The thing is, he's is such a game changer defensively that earns some get back from me there. But like I would maybe put him in my 20. Um, I have Jalen Brown in my 20, and I kind of want to
I
take him.
also have Jalen Brown in my 20. That's funny.
I kind of want to take him off and put Mobley there.
Okay.
Yeah, but because then can I just say my 19 is J Dub? So
Oh,
like,
me too. Huh.
yeah, okay, so
Okay.
like,
Cool.
so
Same, same. Okay, cool.
Shit.
but that's where the drop off starts. With like, okay, these aren't first options anymore. I think my first 18 are all pretty much first options.
Wait,
Um,
wait, wait. Let me guess your 18, bro.
who
Is
am
it
I?
Cade?
He already said
Oh, you
Cade,
didn't?
Paulo. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you said Paulo. Fuck. I don't know. I have Cade above. Never mind.
Well,
Sorry.
I'll just say mine is I have Kawhi and Booker in 15 and 16, and then
Okay.
I have Cade 17, Paulo
Oh,
18.
Cade.
Um, which I was kind of those are kind of interchangeable to me, and then Dub, and then now Mobley. Fuck Jalen Brown. Um, but I'm surprised. Why do you guys have him so high?
Have
Um,
Mobley. I
Yeah.
feel
I
like
think
the
he's the
defense
second best defender in the league.
is
So,
pretty crazy. Yeah.
yeah, I think I had Wemby 9, which was a surprise to both of you guys. But I think Mobley's versatility, I think he is probably the best like the best combination of rim protector and switch big there is in the league.
Yeah.
The fact that he's playing a position that he's not as capable, or not as capable, but he's not at his best at, like he's playing the four, I think, with Jared Allen there. I think he's way better as a five.
Out of five,
And
yes, bro.
and the fact that he's not doing that and is like not showing his true offensive ability there at the five, I feel like is inhibiting part of his skill set and or his statistics. And I just feel like the fact that he also can play both next to a big and also be the five, like that's just a versatility that is really like really great and can fit with a lot of rosters. So he just fits that like defense and versatility like that I really like.
Maybe I'm
I
putting
just
him.
don't
Yeah.
know. I just don't know if he's really better as a five, just because like he's still not. I still don't know if I trust him to go up against the bigger fives in the league. And also as a rebounder, he's still not there yet. He's not there as a screen setter yet. There's just a lot of things that like
That's fair.
a five does, like Jared Allen does, that it doesn't feel like he does yet. I think they're kind of grooming him to be that five, but right now I think he's better as a
I
four.
mean, I just haven't been impressed with Jared Allen's screen setting and rebounding in the playoffs, so that's
That's
why
Dude,
it's
fair.
fuck
like,
Jared Allen, bro. Like, get it? Like, come on. I need him off this team so Mobley can thrive. Again, I keep reverting back to
and then
that
like
Celtics
he's also
series
just
he
not
won
given the
before.
chance to like to develop those skills at the four also.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you said, I know I guess my ranking is kind of inconsistent because Sai, you stayed pretty much like high defense, and that's why like I feel like normally with my rubric I would have Devin Booker over Evan Mobley. Um, Evan Mobley was in like MVP conversations this year, like rightfully so. I don't know. He's like the second most, maybe even most important player for that Cavs team.
Yeah.
And then I guess it's maybe at 16 I have him more as like the idea of Evan Mobley is a 16. Maybe the output's not there. Like he's not even averaging like 20 a game. But his defensive impact is felt. And then
And he can also shoot now. Like
he's
he's
shooting
a
like
good
40, like 37 from three this year. And then like in the
yeah.
playoffs, I saw he increases volume too.
Yeah.
And shoots like 45. Maybe he didn't increase his volume from
He
last
got
week.
hurt in the playoffs too. He hurt his
Yeah.
ankle. So
So it's definitely not like on him. And I've seen him as a center. Like I feel like I don't love the fit with Jared Allen, at least like the way like I feel like having a big like the Hartenstein thing, right? Like having that option is nice. Like having the option to go like double big is nice.
Yeah.
Um, but for like the fit with like Garland and Mitchell, I feel like Mobley at the five makes more sense.
well, the Cavs they do basically run Mobley at the five for half the game because they have Jared Allen, they have Mobley, but their backup five they don't have a backup five. They had Tristan
Yeah.
Thompson, so
Yeah.
that tells you like they really weren't running
Mhm.
anybody at the as a backup center next to Mobley. It would be
Yeah.
that Jared Allen would come out with like 6 minutes left, and then Mobley would play another
Yeah.
three as the lone center. So where do you guys have who do you guys have at 17 and 18 then?
I have Book at 17, Kate at 18.
Okay.
Okay, I feel like this guy's probably the biggest surprise for you guys. Maybe I have 18 Pascal Siakam.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Okay.
It was hard to not put like I was thinking like
Interesting.
when it comes to defense versatility, I think he's one of the best like second options in the league. And obviously, you're thinking about first options and initiators, but the fact that he can fit in any system, he's really developed his three-point shot this year. He's an excellent defender. I don't think there's a part of the game he sucks at legitimately, and I think he's more assertive on ball than J-Dub can be. I think he's more consistent.
But
There that
he's a better basketball player than Paolo Banchero to you?
Dude, I think
I
it's
think he's
crazy
a
you have him
better.
over Jalen Brown, Jalen
I
Williams,
think he's a more
Cade Cunningham. I
winning.
think that's crazy.
I think he's a more winning basketball player than those
Oh,
guys.
come
And
on, winning
I
basketball. He's
legitimately
been
like
on good
I
teams his whole
was
career.
again another thing. Maybe I'm OKC filled a little, but he was like
Yes.
the only player to thrive against the Thunder to expectations. Like legitimately, no one else has done better than expectations when it comes to playing this elite defense, and he was better than I expected. And I think I really valued that the fact that he was able to thrive in every moment in the playoffs.
Oh,
And I legitimately think he was like, I mean, he won Eastern Conference Finals MVP for a reason. He
yeah.
was arguably the best player on that Pacers team that made the finals. I think there's a good case for him to be a top 20 player for sure. And I don't know, again, he fits in any system. He's excellent in transition. He's excellent. Like, I just don't think there's a flaw he has to his game. And it's very similar to J-Dub, in my opinion. And I just think he's a little better at his creating his own offense.
I'd go like I'd probably have Pascal top 30 for sure, but I feel like 18 is really high. I
Yeah,
don't know. I
that's
mean, I feel like Jalen Brown is easily better than him. I think the fit with the Pacers is what this is gonna sound weird, but like you saw a good player on a team that was very good, but it's not necessarily fully because of him, if that makes sense. Like he
I'm not saying
performed
it was.
well. No, yeah, but like my point is, like you're saying in the finals, like oh he played so well. Eastern Conference Finals, he played so well. That whole team is very good, and like he
Yeah.
is a piece of that very good
I
team.
think it's very similar to
I think
J-Dub in
you're
that
weighing it too
circumstance, though.
much. No, yeah, it could be, but I think Jada is better, like individually than
Mhm.
Pascal Siakam. Like, yeah, sure,
I think
team
Pascal's
success, like
tiny a bit
they're
better.
about the same. I
That's
think
why
Jadab's what's called playmaking puts him over the
maybe that's
even
fair.
though
I just
Pascal's a
think
great playmaker too, but I would take Jadab's over
I
it.
mean, and his defense.
Yeah, defense both are good, but yeah, Jadab's probably
Dubs
yeah,
That was
Dubs
amazing.
better.
and then his shot creation as well.
I think
Also,
Pascal's a
just
better
like
shot
wait,
creator.
so Sai, like
Interesting.
I know you really value versatility, but like if I said like you have A, B, C, and D and E as your five guys, you get to add one guy to them to go win 16 games. You're taking like Paolo or Cade over Pascal, though, right?
Um,
It's like
well,
the role
okay,
player conversation again, dude. Like
yeah, it's
the
like
Pascal, it's easier to put him into like a team of X,
right.
Y, and Z than like Kate or like definitely
But it's
more
like
easier than
it's
Paulo.
like they're just better at basketball, though, man.
I think Siakam's better than Paulo. I really don't. I
It's like
don't think.
stuff like shooting. If you're
Yeah,
not the best player on the team, you better be a fucking good shooter. Like you better be able to shoot the
yeah.
basketball, right? And Paulo can't do that. Like if you're not the
He's not
one
a
initiating the entire offense, you have to be
exactly.
good at shooting and defense, which Pascal is, and Paulo unfortunately he's defensively obviously, but he can't shoot. Even though in the playoffs he shoots quite well
No,
from three,
I think
But
we're
he can't
under.
shoot for two. He shot like
yeah, that's
his true
weird,
shooting
bro.
was like
Like
50%.
Rando 2.0.
It's crazy.
I still think we're sleeping on him a little bit, man.
No, we are.
I'm
I
not.
think like it's
Again,
very
I have him top
he's a hater
25.
though. Size a fucking Paulo hater, dude.
I
He
have him top
hates
25.
Paulo.
I've
Oh, he's
turned
not in your
around
top
on
20
him.
at all.
He's not in my top 20 at
I
all. He's
also
top
don't have him
25.
top 25. I have him top 25, yeah. I think him and Franz is like right neck and neck too,
That's
though.
what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Like, I
Wow.
think he's slightly better than Fonz. I'm a little turned around because I just like
The
he
playoffs.
is,
No,
yeah, the
Paulo's good at the
playoffs.
playoffs
He's
again.
always been better at the playoffs,
He
but
Yeah.
he was good against the Cavs that the
He was
year
he
amazing.
that
was
He shot
really
like
good.
40
Yeah.
from three, bro. He was
yeah, he was
amazing.
a killer, bro. Like,
Yeah. By
But
himself, basically. Franz was
but
ass.
like this playoffs, he was like the numbers look good. He wasn't that good.
so what about
Um,
what about Cade? What about Cade? Where do you guys have Cade?
I have him 18.
I
Above
have
J-Dub
20.
and Jalen Brown. Okay, okay.
I've K'd at
Wait,
20.
who do you have at 19? J-Dub?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know how you could put those two above Cade even. I don't even know. I feel like Cade is like he averaged like 25. He was like top 10 in MVP voting. Pistons. Like look at the team he has around him, dude.
It's a
Um,
good team.
it's
I'm
an
not good.
it's
I
an
think it's a good
okay
team.
team. It's like a solid team of role players that Cade pushes like way over
I mean,
them.
Malik
I
Beasley
think,
was out there betting against his or for or
Malik, he did have an
dude,
amazing year though. Like Malik
he had an
Beasley
amazing
would
year.
have a
Yeah.
career year.
That's pretty, yeah.
I don't care, man. If you're betting on the goddamn games you play, and there's something wrong with you, bro. I don't care.
Yeah, like
Um,
Cade's great. I think he's not the best finisher still. He struggles with in the 2 point range, and he's still not. I mean, he's not a bad 3 point shooter. He's not a great 3 point shooter, and he has a turnover problem. So like all those three things added up. Well, I'm not like he's very good on both. Like he's a pretty good defender, and he can do all that
Controls the
as an
game
offense.
so well, dude.
I agree, but the thing is, like, again, he's not a great second option, and if he's not the first option, what is he great at? Like. I
Yeah, I
don't think
guess
he's a
I lay
championship
him.
caliber first off. Like the same reason Paulo's, but I think he's
Yeah,
better
yeah,
than
yeah, yeah,
Paulo.
exactly. It's all hypothetical, right? Like you
Yeah.
think Pascal would be a better second option than Cade would be a second option,
100%. Yeah.
but I think Cade would be a better first option. Especially again, this team had like the fourth pick last year.
Mhm.
No,
This
I know he had a
like
great year. That's why he's number 20. Like it's very
yeah,
close.
I know, but
Wait,
like
wait, Sai, so can you guys both just run down your like 15 to 20?
so you can go
Okay.
first.
Okay, 15 was Booker, 16 was Kawhi, 17 was Mobley, 18 was Siakam, 19 was J-Dub, 20 was Cade.
Okay.
Okay.
What about you, Ron?
Um, my 15 Kawhi, 16 Mobley, 17 Book, 18 Cade, 19 J-Dub, 20 Brown. And then I guess
Do you guys have like honorable mentions after though?
oh, no,
Just
I
curious.
did not. I mean, my
Okay.
honorable mentions, Franz, what's it called? What's his name? Paulo, and then probably Pascal actually. And then I
Number
didn't really think that. I
I
think
thought Cat
Cat
would
would
be a
also
top
be.
20.
I said
I
yeah.
thought I
Cat
thought he
would
was
be.
gonna be top 20 for sure for you
No,
guys,
I
but
did
yeah.
not think so. No, I did not think he was
Okay.
top 20, and I
I'm
don't
I'm
think
a
he'd even be 21 either. I
yeah,
think Paulo's better.
I'm very
Okay.
against not against Cat, but I'm not a fan of his game, to be honest.
I'm trying
Okay.
to see if I forgot anyone.
So then is there anyone we haven't talked about? I guess Paulo would be the only guy. It's like
No, like I was
like
gonna say like you and Sahil. So I think everyone on my list, someone else had. Like I don't think I have anyone unique. I think you having thing
Pascal.
Pascal's unique and you having Paulo is unique, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and I feel like we've talked a lot about them actually. Paulo, you want to talk more about like Sahil?
No, I mean we kind of I kind of touched on it. Why I think I just really value being a first option. Even though you can do the toss up between Franz and him, but I feel like in the playoffs when the shot comes down to it, going to Paulo, I think that like having everybody's defensive attention being to you, your name being first on the scouting report, like really matters to me.
Dude,
And
but like
I get that, but that team's not good because of him. It's because
Franz
of the
is the reason they
defense.
even like stayed afloat. Like Paulo
Also, like
gets
his
hurt
on-off
early in the
numbers, dude,
season.
are terrible. Like
Exactly.
it's
No, yeah, that's
crazy.
why I lean Franz. Like it's so like when you actually watch them or like look at the stats, even it's like Paulo is clearly like you would think he is better.
Yeah.
But yeah, in that stretch that Franz had without Paulo was crazy. He averaged like 28, and they won. Like remember like Shotty had to get hit against the Lakers
Yeah.
and they come back like that was wild. And yeah, it feels weird to have. I feel like Pablo's very hyped up. Like you want him to be better. Like you
But
want
like
him to be
long
like
term, he's
top
gonna
20
get there. I
player.
really
Like the
believe in him
bit of
getting
mellow and
there.
LeBron is what people say. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if he's gonna be like a top 5 level. I feel like the shot's just not gonna come around. It would be crazy if he does, but I just don't think it's gonna come
I
to
think
like
it can. I think it
like.
can. Wait, so
I
but
think he
Rohan,
can.
you had Jalen Brown, who I don't think
Oh,
me.
Oh,
did
did
you have
neither of
Jalen
you have
Brown?
Jalen Brown?
No, we didn't. Yeah.
Oh
Because
shit. Okay,
he
then all of us
used
have
to.
someone unique.
Yeah. So why do you think Jalen Brown's top 20? Because he had a horrible season.
I know he had a horrible year, but it's still he won Finals MVP. Jalen Brown is still good. Like
Honestly, yeah. After last year, I was probably way too high on him. But
it was 1 year. Yeah, what did you
yeah.
have him after last year? I feel like you had him like
I don't know, but I had him like over. I think I had
okay.
him like second best shooting guard in the
I
league or
think that was
something.
a common take. Like him over. I was also thinking like him over Booker after last year.
Yeah,
But like his Finals MVP is so weak when you compare it to other Finals MVPs. He averaged like
for
21 or
sure.
something. But it was also like blowouts in that final, so
Yeah.
whatever. But
It's just like his 3 point again, he's a guy who's like 3 point shooting is not great, and then uh not great at playmaker, not great off-ball player, good defender. But yeah, it's like not really great fit around other guest stars.
yeah, I feel like yeah, he's still a decent playmaker, and then his shot has fallen off. He was really bad this year. Like it went under the radar. But it's like he's been like good like for years now. I don't know. I think it's weird to yeah.
Okay,
I
so
mean
quickly, do you guys want to go over like everyone's list, just 1 through 20, and then call
Yeah.
it?
sure. Sal, you want to go first?
Yeah. Jokic at 1, we all had that. Shea at 2, Giannis at 3, Luca, Steph, 4, 5, Tatum, and then that's when we got into like the whole Ant, KD, LeBron, AD stuff. I had in that order Ant, KD, LeBron, AD. Then I had Donovan Mitchell at 11, Brunson and Hallie. Those are the interchangeable ones for me. 14 was Wemby, and he'll be in the top 10 soon. 15 is Kawhi, 16 Booker. Then I had Cade, Paulo, J-Dub, and Mobley. I had Jalen Brown written down first, but now I think
Yeah.
about it,
Yeah, fuck Jalen Brown.
yeah,
Wait, can we that last 5 or like for me and even for you guys, it's like a very interesting like we're in like
That's
a
the most
new
interesting part of the list
we're
for
in a
sure.
new like era, bro.
yeah.
It's crazy. Um, but like, did you feel like there was somewhat of a talent, maybe not talent drop off, but like a name drop off almost as you went down the list? It's just like, I don't know. Like Kyrie Irving is still in the NBA. You're not even thinking about him when you think of a top 20 list. like Dame
He's
and all
close
that.
for me.
They're all
He's
old.
close
Oh,
for
is
me.
he?
He was 22.
Oh shit.
I
Okay.
went down to
Was
26
Jimmy
and he was
Butler in
22.
there though for you, Si?
Yeah, to me, Jimmy Butler is better than Pascal, bro. Maybe
I
that's a
don't think
hot
so.
take, but like I think he's
Again,
better for sure. I think he's a better second option.
I think he is too, honestly.
Like I don't think it's that
he
debatable
can't shoot,
either.
bro.
I know, but like, come on.
And I really think you can like, okay, maybe, yeah. You know what? I think I need to see it again though. That's the thing. I always with Jimmy, it just like astounds me every time he just like goes crazy
But
that
didn't
I
you
need to
see
see it
enough on
again
the
every year.
Warriors? Like he was amazing in like the
It was really
close of the
good.
season
Yeah.
against the
Especially
Clippers. That game
defensively,
against the
yeah, he was really
Grizzlies.
good.
Oh yeah, and playmaking wise too. Like oh
Yeah.
yeah, he's crazy.
He
We
was
didn't
like
even
26, but
Okay,
it was
okay,
close. Yeah.
okay. So
we
I
didn't
saw
even
you.
talk about like we didn't even talk about like Harden or anything like that.
Harden's like yeah,
Uh,
he's like down like a little lower for
I think
me.
he's
I
still
had
top
Trey
30.
over him. I had Trey over him.
I would also yeah. I think is that a hot take? I feel like Trae Young's definitely better than Harden. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
I had Trey and Kyrie over. Yeah.
For me, it's
Um,
pretty like easily over him. Yeah.
I'll go over my list real quick. I
Mm.
had Jokic at 1, Shea at 2, Giannis at 3, Luca, Tatum, Steph as my 4, 5, 6, then AD and Ant as my 7 and 8, and then Wemby, which was kind of like I feel like the biggest riser on my list compared to you guys at
Yeah.
9, KD at 10, LeBron at 11, 12 was Tyrese, 13 was Jalen Brunson, 14 Donovan Mitchell, 15 Booker. I might put him down. I'm not super set on that one.
Yeah.
16 Kawhi, 17 Evan Mobley, 18 Pascal Siakam, 19 Jalen Williams, and 20 Cade Cunningham.
Nice. Okay. Um, my one, two, and three, Jokic, Giannis, Shea, and then next tier is Luca, Tatum, and then Steph. And then that's when I get to like this big tier, 7 through 15. So I have 80, Braun, KD, and Donovan Mitchell to round out my top 10. And then 11, Ant, then Halliburton, Brunson, Wemby, and Kawhi. And then the last five are Evan Mobley, Devin Booker, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Williams, and Jalen Brown. I guess the biggest standout for me was Ant at 11. You guys had him a bit higher. Like I have
Mhm.
Donovan Mitchell as the best shooting guard in the league, and then I think Ant. I think most of the NBA fans think Ant is also better. And then I had 80 over the likes of Bron and Kevin Durant, and I had Jalen Brown as my 20. Which after his season, yeah, I guess it's kind of a hot take, but I guess I valued like the years prior to because like 2023 Jalen Brown is really really good. Like I think he was having some really good years before this year, so in the regular season. So
That's
yeah,
fair. Yeah.
okay. All right, that was fun. More of this type of content to come. I think we'll do a few more drafts this like off season as well as more player rankings, team rankings, etc. Let's move on to some quick NBA news before we get out of here. Let's start off with the Clippers. Today it was revealed that Beal was not yeah, was bought out by the Suns. I think he like it was like $110 million contract and he for like they foregoed like 11 million of that. So he gets to keep like 90 million or 100 million, which is crazy. Yeah, he goes to the Clippers on a 2 year, $11 million deal, steal of a deal. Yeah, I saw someone say like it's not that hard to understand. Beal for 50 million, not a good contract. 5 million, yes, that's an excellent contract. And I guess this kind of connects to the earlier deal the Clippers made, which at the time I guess was kind of confusing for NBA fans. Like Norm Powell had a career year, almost all-star level. He did get hurt and then kind of dropped off a bit toward the end of the season. But yeah, Norm Powell gets traded to the Heat, and then Kevin Love goes to the Jazz, and of course the Clippers and Kyle Anderson goes to the Jazz, and they Clippers receive John Collins. Great, really great, like easy, like 15 and 10 or 15 and 8 guy on that team. Like a really nice role player. And then, of course, they did this in preparation for Bradley Beal. So, what do you think about this new Clippers team?
I think again, the West just seems to keep getting better. The top four really seems to be like the Rockets, Thunder, Nuggets, and now the Clippers. They kind of needed a double big and five out look. They really only had one look, and it was their starting
Mhm.
lineup, and it was an excellent look. But the fact that they didn't really have a ton of lineup versatility was a problem. It was either like we'll put Nick Batum in to start instead of Derrick Jones
Yeah.
Jr. for some more shooting, but they don't really have another backup big. Ben Simmons wasn't really a guy who would come in. Now they have Brooke Lopez for that. And now you can go big with John Collins, who's a 6'10", like legit can play backup five if you want to go five out
Yeah.
spacing, and Brooke Lopez who can go five out. Like this team has a lot
Man,
more
that's such
options
a
now,
good backcourt. I mean, front court off the bench.
right? Like it's very, very
And
good.
they fit
And
so well.
I
Fuck.
think they're probably gonna start. I'm not sure if they're gonna start Beal. They probably will.
I
I'm
feel like it should.
thinking.
Yeah. I mean, over Chris Dunn, right? I mean,
I would think, yeah, like they
oh, that's
go.
tough. I don't know. Like,
It's tough, like because they have so many, but this is a really, really good team. Again, it's all down to Harden, but the fact that they have some more options now, like when that trade happened, I was like, okay, I'm a little worried because as much as I like the lineup versatility that they now have with John Collins
They
and
lost.
Brook Lopez and Zubats, like there's a lot of things you can do there, and Ty Lue's going to figure that out. You're just relying so much on Harden and Kawhi as creators, and now
Yeah.
with Beal, you have three creators again. So this is a very good signing, a home run off season for them. I think they're like those three guys, like the Rockets, Nuggets, and Clippers, have managed to upgrade in a the second apron era where it's really hard to kind of maneuver yourself around the salary cap. They've done very well for themselves, all these three teams. So um, A plus
Yeah,
work.
Clippers look scary. Super deep team, man. And yeah,
Yeah.
Beal off the bench might make sense for them. I mean, Beal, John Collins, and Brook Lopez off the bench. Like, that's quite a team, dude. I would bring John Collins off the bench. I feel like Nick Batum and Chris Dunn, like, that lineup is super, like, I mean, versatile defensively.
Right.
So, yeah, but who knows what they do. And then, like, when Kawhi goes out, like, he's going to go out at some point, right? You still have that scoring punch in Beal. I mean, like,
I did want to say like Miami did really good on that trade too. Like
yeah, getting Norman Powell is, I mean, I still don't
just
know,
for
like,
nothing, dude. Like literally for
it's
Kevin Love
true.
and
For
two like
Kyle
and
Anderson,
Kyle
yeah.
Anderson wasn't even an expiring contract. Like he has 2 years left on his deal. So like to
Yeah.
get Norman Powell for basically nothing is kind of insane.
Yeah. I like it for the Heat. I mean, at least they're trying to win, right? Like they have a
Yeah.
nice little like ten, I mean, they have like who's they can't start all three. They can't start Hero, Powell, and Wiggins though. Unless
Why
Hero's
not?
playing the one.
Yeah, Hero will probably play the one.
Has he been playing the one this year too, or was it Rozier starting for
It
last
was
game?
Rozier, and then
Yeah.
they kind of like since he
Rozier's been
sucked, it's
terrible.
been Hero for the
That's
most
crazy.
part.
Rozier's having such a good year with the Hornets that
Dude,
like
he's
before
still
he
in
got
the betting
traded.
investigation. Like he's
Oh,
still under
right.
investigation
Yeah.
for that. He was so bad that
Yeah. And I don't know what happened, but yeah, instead of getting a payday, he gets the yeah, bets on himself. Yeah, I like it for the Heat. And then in a Eastern Conference, it's not going to be very competitive next year. Like they could maybe be like a 7 seed. I don't know.
yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, outside of that, I think we should touch on the LeBron stuff.
I did want
Um,
to say also,
go
sorry,
ahead.
real quick.
No,
I
go ahead.
Phoenix finally out of the second apron, so
No,
good for
yeah,
them to actually have some contract flexibility.
yeah,
Obviously, still kind of stuck in hell because they don't have any draft picks, but at least now they have some cap flexibility. Maybe can maneuver around the edges, stay a middling team instead of like bottoming out and be like horrible.
yeah. Also, quick, I want to talk about the NBA, like the new like head of the Players Association.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So finally, CJ is gone, and then he is replaced. Who's he replaced by? I totally forgot.
Fred VanVleet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, another op, but it's okay. Better than CJ. I thought, yeah, everyone was celebrating when he got replaced, and then Moses Moody also got a job on the team. I think there was one more guy I'm
Hmm.
missing out on, but
He seems like
uh,
a good fit.
most of it, yeah. He just seems like
Yeah,
a mature, like, nah, I don't know. I like him. Everyone, he's super likable.
yeah.
So yeah, shout out to Fred VanVleet for that. Hopefully, hopefully we don't have to worry about the second apron anymore, but we'll see. And then, yeah, let's talk about LeBron. We saw he signed that 1 year deal, and he seems upset that they haven't been prioritizing him apparently since the Westbrook saga. And Dave McMenamin this year, I think, I mean, today said that this could be LeBron's last year in the league.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've already kind of discussed, like, I think what you and I think there's going to be one more year. Like, he's going to make it clear there's a farewell tour. I mean, it's not too late to say that it's going to be his last year and he can still get a farewell tour.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah. But then again, this year it would be number 23. Maybe
I think it's
it would be
perfect. I
perfect.
think this is the
Yeah.
perfect time to get out. Bronny seems to be finally finding something, finding a bit of his footing in summer league. Maybe he'll get some actual PT. But yeah, I mean,
I mean,
maybe.
it's interesting that the Lakers are kind of prioritizing being a young team around Luca, but I feel like that's a team that also should be contending. So I'm kind of confused by the fact that they're unwilling to give LeBron another year.
Yeah,
Because LeBron's just good, man. Like I ranked him number 11. You ranked him what, number 9 or something in your
number
top
eight.
10?
I have
Exactly.
eight.
So like,
Yeah.
why would you not keep him? I'm still confused about that on the Lakers end. Like obviously he's old, but he
Yeah.
hasn't shown signs of decline to the point where you're like, we need to get him out of this contract. We can't extend him any
Like
longer.
I
Which is
kind
weird.
of like you know how I always say like choose whether you're gonna be you don't want to be in purgatory like you don't want to be like an average contender. That sounds weird, but like an average playoff team or an average contender, right? You either want to know you're a top three team or be a bottom three team. And I
Yeah.
guess like they they're trying to make sure like if they like they don't, I don't know if they completely see themselves winning, but they don't want to make any moves that will completely fuck them up in the future because they're not 100% certain about whether they can win now. With Luca, I think it makes
Yeah.
sense what they're doing though. Like, I mean, it's not like they're still making the team better. I don't know what he wants, like more. Like he
Yeah.
wants a longer term
I
contract
think
or something.
another
I'm not
thing is
sure.
like when the Lakers got bought, right?
Yeah, they
Like they
didn't tell
told
him.
Luca, they didn't tell
That's
LeBron.
crazy. That's so
That
weird.
is wild.
How do you not tell LeBron? That's I totally forgot about that. Nice.
Like it's really just like the face of the franchise is Luca now. And I don't think that's a problem, but I think LeBron just wants another.
I think it's
I
a
really
problem.
think I
I think
think
it's weird,
the
bro. He's been there for like this is the longest he's been on a team since
yeah,
the
that's crazy.
Cavs in like 2000 from 2003 2010. Like
Yeah.
this is literally gonna he's gonna tie I think this year. How long?
Yeah.
That's crazy. We're so old, man. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's weird. It's so weird. Like Genie Bus, why wouldn't you tell it? That's weird.
Yeah,
Um
for sure.
the Mavs, Warriors, Cavs, and Clippers have all reached out to Rich
Mm,
Paul about trading for LeBron. Apparently, the Cavs only want him in a buyout, and maybe the Mavs
yeah.
also. I think I definitely saw the Cavs. Warriors, bro, maybe maybe they have something cooking. I don't know with JK. I
I
doubt it,
did see
but
like if the Lakers were to trade him, they only want expiring contracts. Because the whole point is they don't want to have long-term money after this deal ends with LeBron.
mm,
Only teams that can really do that right now are the Clips and the Heat, apparently. So maybe Miami is like, because I feel
who
like I
would
don't know
the
why. I
Clippers
don't
be
think
giving
LeBron
up?
wants to be a. What's up?
Who would the Clippers be giving up on expirings that are big
That's a
deal?
good question. I'm not sure. Um,
Hmm.
I would have to look it up. Maybe Harden's in it
Is he? Damn.
because I think he accepted a
That
2 year
won't even be
extension for the
like
next two
I don't
years.
even know if that team's gonna be like that. I don't know.
No, I don't think so either. I'm
Him on the
thinking more
Mavs would be
Miami.
crazy. Yeah,
I'm thinking
Miami,
more,
like,
and it's not
I
because
don't
they're
know.
good, but it's just the fact that
It's
I
Miami.
don't think
I mean,
LeBron would want, yeah, that, and also don't think LeBron would want to join a random team for his fifth.
can
He's
you
like, that'll be
imagine him
one
going
of
to the
his three.
Clippers, bro? That would be
That would
so
be
funny going
crazy.
from Lakers to the Clippers. But yeah, Warriors would be crazy. Yeah, and he's the only player in the NBA now with a no trade clause
Right.
after Beal just like got waived or bought out. So yeah, well, it's interesting. I don't know. I think it would be odd if he leaves the team. I think they've done a good job. Like, I don't know, they've gotten some fleeces, man. Like, remember how the packages I guess they got after the Westbrook trade. They had Jared Vanderbilt. They got Rui. Um,
Yeah.
actually, wait, Rui they got in
They
the
got DFS for like,
they got defense for nothing, bro.
yeah.
Um, yeah, and then they got Aiton for nothing. Literally, they signed him, right? So I mean, I don't know. I think they've done a good job of and what move have they made that stops them from winning right now?
I
That is
think that
in the
the
clutch.
fact that they lost DFS was huge. Um,
Yeah, I
because
agree.
this is a team that doesn't have good
Literally
defense
their best
already.
defender. Yeah.
Yeah, you lose their best defender. Um, Other than that, like yeah, obviously like a Caruso and but that's like such a that's a weird like I feel like it's okay. It's not as bad looking back just because I mean Caruso was a great player, but he was like your eighth man at the time.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
not like the same thing as what he is right now for the Thunder.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean I wouldn't disagree. I just think uh the DFS one was weird for sure. I feel like that one could keep them from being a contender, and they don't have a ton of optionality here.
yeah, yeah. Anything else you want to discuss? I don't think there's much more.
Yeah, I think I wanted to go over the Chet and J-Dub
Oh
extensions
yeah, yeah. Go
because
for it.
the Thunder, after, extending Shea for 4 years to $280 million, basically. Now
Jesus.
they've extended their other two stars. Chet came first, 5 years, 250 million, which is the rookie scale extension, max extension. So like the fund max,
Mm,
25% um, year after year. So of the salary cap, which is estimated to be 250. And
mm.
then J-Dub is 5 years, 285 million. So also 25%, but he has some like bonuses that he can reach. So if he gets all NBA or like MVP, DPOY, all those things can kind of escalate his but basically you're giving up 85% of the cap over the next
Yeah. Good luck with the role players, man.
I mean that's true,
It's
but at
fine
the
that you
same
have to do it.
time,
Like, what's the alternative? You have to
right.
get these guys.
A lot of people are like online is like second apron about to whoop the Thunder. I
Yeah.
don't I don't think so, personally.
Worst case, I know you hate to hear it, but they're totally tradable too. Like they're
Yeah, but
long-term
I don't
deals.
even think they
Like,
need to. Like,
no,
I
yeah,
don't
I
think
don't
they
think
need to.
hopefully they
Like
don't
you,
do.
I think if you this year they're all locked in, right? That's not a problem. Like the year after, that's when J-Dubs and Chet's extensions kick in. Shay's extension still doesn't start the year after. So you're gonna be over the second apron, but if you lose iHeart, which we have a team option for, you're down under the second apron. Then you have Lou Dort, who's a team option. Maybe he comes back on a team-friendly deal. You're in the first apron, and you're in like favorable position. So I feel like from there, this is a team that's going to be willing to spend. I've heard rumors. I've heard rumors, like I've heard, but like I've heard other, like Brian Windhorst talk about like the Thunder might get sold
They're
because
getting a new arena.
they're getting a new arena in 2028.
It's kind of like $1 billion.
Clay
Yeah.
Bennett, it's a huge payroll that's going to come upon him. And obviously, we've been seeing so many teams, NBA teams, being sold because of the price valuations are just skyrocketing right
Yeah.
now. So I feel like the right time to get out of the Thunder business would be right now because of how much money they're making and like
They're
how good
all-time
they are
high.
for
Yeah.
like the future, as well as how much money they're making with that new arena.
Yeah.
So I feel like all those things kind of lead into the Thunder's direction. You have a new owner who would be willing to spend more money, because Clay Bennett's one of the like probably poorest, which obviously this is a
Poor.
billionaire we're talking about, but I think he's like his net worth is legit like less than $1 billion, which is kind of
Oh,
crazy.
damn, they're poor.
I
Huh.
know, I know, but you
Wow.
know what I mean, like,
Yeah.
so I feel like, and again, OKC has 1 million draft picks, so if they, Cason Wallace becomes the new Lou Dort, someone else becomes a new Cason Wallace. After that, you just keep recycling these role players by getting good guys in the draft. We drafted Thomas Sorber, who can
Yeah.
be our new iHeart. Like, hopefully in a couple years he develops. We have Nikola Topic. We have AJ Mitchell, who have been both excellent
It's really good. Yeah.
in the summer league. We have Brooks Barnheiser, who was also really good in the summer league so
Okay, I have
far.
no idea who that is.
He was our second round pick. He's like he had an 18 tonight, but he's
Nice.
like but he was averaging like 6.5 steals earlier this thing.
Wow.
That was the guy. I don't know if I sent you like the new Caruso for us.
Oh, you did
But
send. Yeah.
yeah, like there's a lot. Like I trust Sam Presti in the draft. Like obviously, this isn't a team that's gonna be the same exact roster year after year. But if you have a big three who is young and legit,
Yeah.
like good, I think this could be a dynasty. Like I'm not saying I don't think the finances are gonna
Don't say it
keep
now,
that away
Sai.
from
Just
it.
wait. Don't jinx it right now. We've been saying that
Yeah,
over the last two champions. I've said
I'm
that
gonna
about the
knock it.
Bucks
I'm gonna
too.
knock
Let's
on
not
wood.
say
I'm gonna
anything
knock
right
on
now.
wood.
Yeah, I got you.
But this is the team best put in place to be a dynasty in the second apron era. Like there is no other team that can really
Yeah.
do this.
It's just the role players. Like we see like one or two role players make such a big difference for teams like the South. I mean, Chris
Right.
Kristaps like not being able to play as well, or Sam Hauser getting hurt, or like obviously the Bruce Brown and KCP. I mean, KCP left now, but like Bruce Brown leaving was such a big loss for them, and it's harder to be deep now, right? Like it's
Yep.
now you're gonna have like maybe 8 guys who are really really playable in the playoffs instead of 11 like you did this season because you really did have 11 playable players, right? You're not gonna have Case and Wallace or Alex Tudiso long term. Like those guys, there's no shot you can afford to sign Case and Wallace. I feel like because he could probably fetch at least like 15 million a year
But
whenever
the
just
thing is with these
contract
guys,
is
if
up.
you're the rookies, you can always
You
have
have
back
bird
with your
rights,
bird
right?
rights, right?
Yeah,
So like you
but
can
like you're
always
gonna have to go
just
over the. It's
re-sign.
like yeah, you can go over the cap to sign him, but I don't know. It's a lot of. Yeah, I don't know if you want us like maybe he doesn't they don't want to sign him though. Like as a restricted
I
free agent,
think that
if someone
I
gives
think
them like
yeah,
a $20
maybe.
million contract, are you really gonna match it when you're already paying J-Dub, Shea, and Chet a combined like $200 million that year? Or
That's
more
a fair point.
yeah. So I don't know.
I mean, it kind of, you never really know with that, but at the same time, you can trade him before, like we did with Giddy, and get another guy who's there long term.
No, that's true.
Uh,
That's true.
so there's always I just try I feel like this is a team setup. So that's the last point I wanted to make. But yeah, that was a great pod.
Yeah, that was a good time. And yeah, thanks so much for listening to Change of Pace podcast. There'll be a lot more episodes like this. News has slowed down a little bit in the NBA. That's why we spent like 15 minutes talking about Thunder's dynasty. But yeah, we're gonna do more pods like this in the future. And then when there is a big trade, hopefully a JK one, we will be podding about that. So yeah, thanks so much for listening. Follow us on social media at Change of Pace on TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, um, Instagram. So, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.